visit or work with Parker's Kitchen, your support makes a difference. You've helped us rank as best workplace in America. None of this happens without you.
Thank you.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Wrdw.
And I'm Zaina Halliburton. We've got plenty of news and sports coming your way, but first we're checking in with your First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Riley Hale, because tomorrow morning could be pretty chilly. Riley.
We are expecting some chilly temperatures out there tomorrow morning and most likely again Thursday morning. It is going to be much calmer over the next few days. Much more on that full forecast in just about 10 minutes. Thanks, Riley. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office wants a restaurant's alcohol license to be revoked amid claims that it's operating more like a club. This has to do with Tiffany's Eatery on Broad, a restaurant that says it serves food and alcohol.
But the Sheriff's Office says that since Tiffany's decided to extend its hours past 2:30 a.m., it's become an issue for fights. Among the claims made to commissioners by the Sheriff's Office today, Tiffany's has served alcohol after 2:30 a.m., supplied hookahs to customers, has operated a dance floor without the proper license, and has charged a cover fee to get inside, which restaurants are not allowed to do.
Your city government reporter, Sydney Hood, joins us live there from Broad Street. Sydney, you were there as the Sheriff's Office and the business agent for Tiffany's faced off today.
Right. Tiffany's opened up here on Broad Street 5 years ago, but it wasn't until February that they started with late night sales. Now, this letter right here from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office was handed to commissioners today, and in this letter, they outline some issues they say they've had with Tiffany's that date back to February. Now, I want you to take a look at some body camera footage we were shown by the Sheriff's Office today at commission, and in this video, the Sheriff's Office says they wanted to show the video to prove that Tiffany's was not operating as a restaurant, and while showing us the video, the Sheriff's Office even called Tiffany's a quote unlicensed nightclub.
As you can see, there's about 100 people waiting to get outside after everything else is closed downtown, and on the inside it is set up clearly as a nightclub, not as a restaurant. There were 2 people that had food, but that's not what we would consider a restaurant.
Responding to the video shown, a business agent with Tiffany says this is, quote, trial and error as they are just getting started with late night sales. He says the problems are caused by people coming from the different bars downtown.
Instead of fighting because they are already drunk, coming from other places. And when they search them for sharp objects, the security searching for knives, guns. So they might have cigarettes, reefer in their pocket. When they get in there, they go in the bathroom. But we got securities in there stopping all that. They see them smoking, they kick them out.
Tiffany's agreed to close for the next 2 weeks at normal business hours until they can come back to commission with the Sheriff's Office, and then commissioners from there will decide their future at the committee level.
All right, thanks, Sydney. We'll be sure to follow this story and how commissioners address it in the future.
Also discussed in today's commission meeting, it's been 2 years since $2.2 million in grant money was obtained for May Park. Now commissioners finally got the ball rolling today by approving a contract for the design of May Park and Boykin Road Park, which got $1.7 million. These improvements are long awaited for neighbors. We do know the revitalization will focus on the baseball and softball fields, football track, tennis court, and possibly even a connector trail between May Park and Magnolia Cemetery.
A deadly moped crash on Brown Road in Augusta, taking the life of a 23-year-old. This happened at around 11:30 this morning when the coroner says Amon Taylor was riding a moped when he collided with a vehicle. He died this afternoon at around 2:15. A new arrest is made for a murder that took place just days into the new year. A third suspect, Angela McGee, now faces charges in connection to a shooting death. The victim was 29-year-old Katori McBride, and this happened on January 7th. Richmond County deputies say McBride was shot at around 1:30 in the afternoon on Walker Street near Lamar Millage Elementary School. Just days after the shooting, 20-year-old Trayvon Cummings and 19-year-old Damian Key turned themselves in. Now all 3 of them are charged with murder and gun possession. We're working to learn what led to McGee being charged all these months later.
Short-term home renters got a nice income boost during tournament week.
And unlike in previous years, money made this month is helping to make up what many people lost during Hurricane Helene.
Your Audrey Dickerber joins us live in the newsroom. And Audrey, you followed the journeys of both new and experienced short-term renters. How are folks feeling now that the crowds have left?
Well, prepping looked different this year, but the stress was still there. Typically, homeowners would be changing sheets and clearing closets, but instead they were also repairing their homes, some of them getting them finished just in time. It's nothing new here.
We have rented, I believe this is our 4th time.
As thousands come in for Golf Week, many locals leave and rent their homes, but this year was different.
There were some damaged homes, so we had to switch gears and try to get them into a home that they could enjoy that was less damaged.
But that didn't stop homeowners from doing everything they could to rent.
And you maintain your home, you pay for that vacation, you can have it helps you boost up your emergency fund, it helps pay bills.
Or from visitors coming into town.
I think too that ever since COVID, there's just been a different sense of urgency for people to get here. We are grateful that we have the Masters and everybody comes from all over the world.
And despite the damage, Corporate Quarters says this is one of their best years yet for rentals.
Corporate Quarters is so proud of all of our homeowners. They have worked around the clock since October, since Helene devastated our city, and we tried to make it look as best we can, but obviously things were different. Trees were down. Clients were really shocked at what happened, but Augusta was beautiful and there was a different vibe in the air this year.
Many even going above and beyond to make their home feel like home to someone else.
There were trees down and there were some tarps on roofs, but everybody kept going and we had a great week and all of our homeowners and clients were very happy.
And Corporate Quarters says they were still renting out homes the Tuesday and Wednesday of Masters Week. And even though Masters Week just ended, they're already preparing for next year.
And despite our city having a little different look now, it's nice to see that didn't change. All of the people still coming here to Augusta.
It's such an important month, and it's such an important week for a lot of those homeowners. They're renting out their homes as well. Thanks for that, Audrey. People living in Denmark only have about 2 weeks to postmark letters of objection to a proposed settlement over the town's drinking water before automatically being opted in.
The preliminary settlement amount of $1 million will be reduced down to about $600,000 after legal fees, which some residents believe is just a drop in the bucket. Senior investigative reporter Liz Owens has been investigating Denmark's dirty water for more than 6 years.
Boxes of medical records still sit untouched on Pauline Brown and Eugene Smith's dining room floor.
They're still there. They've been there since April of last year, 1 year this month.
A disbarred attorney representing the residents of Denmark in a class action lawsuit sent the couple the files just before a judge ordered another attorney to take over the case.
How is it possible to make a settlement without even having all the evidence?
Well, we say like that we now searching for another lawyer.
Strawn Law Firm posted this article on its website Monday. $1 million settlement reached in South Carolina water contamination case. The post comes just 2 weeks after residents received this letter in the mail.
Why is the city sending you a letter?
I don't know. We didn't get that.
So you didn't get a letter?
No. And some other people came. Some other people over here to the house. I brought that up.
It's a notice of a proposed class action settlement, not an actual settlement. And the letter states the court approved a preliminary settlement against the City of Denmark, South Carolina DHEC, and Berry Systems Incorporated for putting a chemical not approved by the EPA into the town's drinking water. The proposed $1 million settlement will be divided among residents after deducting nearly $400,000 in court costs and attorney fees. The letter goes on to warn folks they must take action if they do not want to be part of the settlement by sending a letter of objection postmarked by May 5th to these 5 addresses.
Why do you keep saying come from the city? Why the city all got something to do with this flag?
Eugene and Pauline can't help but question why the City of Denmark, one of the 3 defendants named in the case, is shown as the sender of the letter on the envelope, or why the postmark date is April 3rd, when the letter signed by a judge shows February 29th.
A judge will make a final ruling on the settlement May 19th. We're still looking into how much each citizen will receive through the settlement if it goes through, and whether or not that bars them from taking further legal action in the future.
Again, residents wanting to opt out must send 5 letters out and have those letters postmarked by May 5th. We have the information posted on our website on where to send those letters. Now to an update from News 12 Investigates about the former Richmond County deputy accused of attacking another deputy during an emergency call. Brandon Keithley is charged with aggravated assault and aggravated assault on a peace officer. The incident happened back in February of 2020. Now, more than 5 years later, the case is finally set to go to trial next month. But Keithley was in court today, and so was your Meredith Anderson.
Today's hearing centered around a jury that has yet to be seated in this. The defense attorney started off by handing the judge a stack of paper and DVDs, all copy, he says, of coverage of this case. He admitted it is very possible to find jurors who don't watch the news, but he won't know until he starts questioning them. He asked to interview them alone so they don't accidentally influence others. If it appears too many know too much, then he says he will push for a change of venue. The state agreed. The goal is an impartial jury and had no problem with the extra questioning. Keithley is accused of hitting another deputy with a flashlight as that deputy was trying to perform CPR on a teenager who had been shot. The deputy hit needed stitches and staples in the back of his head. The 17-year-old did not survive. Keithley had been on paid leave for years, even though he lost his certification to be a deputy in the state of Georgia. That ended, though, in January when the new sheriff took over. Keithley's trial is set for May 19th.
Thank you for staying on top of that for us, Mayor. We are looking at nice weather continuing into our next couple of days, but temperatures will be cooling off. Have that full forecast next.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
Introducing the First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster.
Looks like as we head into the middle of next week, by next Tuesday, those rain chances start to tick up a little bit higher.
Thanks, Riley. In-state tuition at Augusta University and most other public colleges and universities in Georgia will remain unchanged this year. Today, the state region set the tuition rates for the upcoming year, which did include a 2% increase for out-of-state students and a 3% increase for foreign students. Tuition and mandatory fees for 2 semesters in these public institutions will range from $3,500 to $12,000. The average price will be just over $6,400 for 2 semesters next school year.
More than $1 billion in tax relief is now law in Georgia, and you could get a tax refund up to $500. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed his latest legislative achievement into law this morning, which accelerates Georgia's largest state income tax cut in history and authorizes those income rebates. Under the state income tax cut, the annual rate will fall to 4.99% by 2027. Before today, it was 5.39%. As for the rebates, to qualify, you'll need to have filed tax returns for the 2023-24 taxable years. Single Georgians or married Georgians filing separate returns will receive a $250 tax rebate. Heads of households will get $375 in tax rebates. Married couples filing a joint return will get $500 in rebates. The funds from these rebates will come from the state's gigantic $16 billion surplus. We're working to learn how that will affect those of us who work on one side of the river and live on the other side.
A fun day outside the classroom for kids over at SRP Park. The Green Jackets hosted Education Day, which is an experience designed specifically for students. Contests, prizes, educational tables to visit, plus baseball, all in one spot. Teachers are even given an Education Day packet, which is full of math, science, and history activities for students to do. For a lot of these schools, it's not their first time coming to Education Day.
It's always very well organized. The kids enjoy it. It's a fun day in the spring when testing time is, on the rise, that we have somewhere to take the kids and somewhere for them to relax and have a good day.
The next Education Day will be Tuesday, May 6th, where the Green Jackets will go up against the Hickory Crawdads. Gates open at 9:30. I always love the names.
What a great name there. Look at the crowd here. A rowdy crowd there for Education Day. Good to see so many of them out there. Coming up in sports, Greenbrier girls soccer is looking for another region title. Meet the sisters leading the pack. We go to the pitch coming up next.
First Alert Radar.
Cut them down.
For more information or to make an appointment, call Southern Grind today. On Your Sideline. Sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
Greenbrier Girls Soccer is undefeated in region play for the third season in a row. That's a 26-game win streak in 5A Region 1. Tonight, they go for win number 27 in the region semifinals, and they'll do it with family. 4 sets of sisters. Double the trouble, double the teamwork.
Like, I feel like I can, connect to her brain. I know where she's going most of the time.
Yeah, we know how each other play pretty well, so I know what her strong suits are and what mine are.
On the pitch, smack talk isn't just reserved for the dinner table.
Yeah, if I make a bad pass, she'll scream at me. But I won't scream at her, but
When she tells me I did something wrong, I get mad. Yeah, that.
Of course, someone is always the expert.
knowing her capabilities, and sometimes when she doesn't use them all, then I'm really mean and I feel bad about it.
When I see Ari upset at practice and people try to cheer her up, I'm like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Because I can read her body language and I can tell when she's upset.
She takes shots, she saves them.
Do I ever see you after halftime? Do I ever see her say anything to you?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't
You
see.
actually
I don't
don't.
even see her
You ignore me.
during halftime.
They have a built-in teammate for life.
I feel like we're a lot closer because of it. We have something else to bond over and something to talk about and be happy for each other.
We've played since we were little together, so just growing up, doing something we love together and getting to share that as sisters, I think is really cool.
The Lady Pack takes on Effingham County tonight. If they win, they'll reach that region finale once again.
Thank you for that, Alyssa. Taking a look at our 3-degree guarantee brought to you by Tub Doctor. Our forecast 78, actual high 77, $50 heading towards the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Augusta. Another quick look at your 7-day just after a short break.
This is up to you.
Burger Battle is a local favorite for a good cause. It's one of the Boys and Girls Club of the Greater Augusta's annual fundraisers, rounding up chefs from the area's best restaurants.
Yes, and the event invites chefs to prepare their own specialty burgers as they compete to be named Burger Battle champion.
And the winner is Midtown Tavern!
Hey, I'm McGuire Welsh from Midtown Tavern, reigning Burger Battle champions. If you want to take our belt, you better bring it on April 28th.
Welcome back, folks. Planning your day tomorrow on what to wear. Going to need that jacket early in the morning tomorrow. We are expecting wake-up temps in the mid-40s, but you'll also need a hat and some sunglasses because we got a lot of sunshine in our forecast heading into our Wednesday, but just going to see those chilly temperatures initially. So low temperatures tonight into tomorrow morning. We'll be dropping to near 44 degrees. All going to be thanks to mostly clear skies and definitely very dry air in place tonight, so that can help us cool down very efficiently once we get rid of that sun. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, those high temps should be working their way into the mid-70s, just a little bit below average for this time of year, but luckily not going to be quite as windy. A much calmer day heading into tomorrow. Here's your 7-day forecast again. We got warmer temperatures arriving for our Good Friday, back into the mid-80s later Friday afternoon, but heading into the weekend, even hotter. Highs will be close to 90 by Easter.
Okay, we'll be ready for it. Thanks, Riley. We're back live on 26 News at 7.
And for News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.